So I got to thinking, what if the moon disappeared? Now look to the night sky. Without the moon, darkness falls like a curtain. Nights grow pitch black. For animals, the change is devastating. Predators that rely on moonlight lose their edge. Prey that once hid in the shadows are exposed. Entire ecosystems shift overnight. And for humans, the loss is more than survival. For thousands of years, the moon has guided calendars, myths, religions, and even navigation. Without it, the night sky feels emptier. Human history stripped of one of its most constant companions. But the damage doesn't end with us. Without the moon's pull, Earth spins faster and slows more chaotically. Days grow longer. Climates shift again. The magnetic field weakens, leaving us vulnerable to deadly solar radiation. The moon has been Earth's shield, protector and guide for billions of years. Without it, our planet becomes less stable, less safe, less alive. We take it for granted, that pale circle in the sky, changing shape each night. But the moon is not decoration. It is the anchor of life on Earth. If it vanished tomorrow, the oceans would fall silent, the climate would collapse, and the balance of nature would shatter. The world, as we know it, would end. So the next time you see the moon rising, glowing softly above the horizon, remember this: without it, we would not be here. The moon is more than a light in the sky. It is the quiet force holding everything together. If the moon suddenly vanished, Earth's systems would unravel. Extreme tides would vanish, but rogue waves and coastal instability would appear in new, unpredictable ways. Cultures tied to the sea, Polynesians, Vikings, modern coastal cities would lose their rhythms. Imagine major world cities like New York, Tokyo, Mumbai, adapting to lifeless oceans. Without the moon, Earth's tilt could swing wildly over tens of thousands of years, creating super ice ages and mega heat waves. Climate chaos would reshape history. Empires would collapse. Civilizations migrate. Imagine deserts becoming oceans and fertile lands, frozen wastelands. Our ancestors lived by moonlight. Hunters, farmers, sailors, their myths and religions anchored to the moon's cycles. Without it, these traditions would vanish. No lunar calendar number moon festivals. No inspiration for the Apollo mission. Humanity's relationship to time, to nature, to the cosmos would be irrevocably altered. Human psychology is tied to the rhythm of the moon. Darker nights could breed fear, insomnia, desperation. Days lengthen over millions of years as Earth's spin slows. Without the moon's braking effect, the magnetic field could weaken. Solar winds could strip the atmosphere. Long-term, Earth might become a harsher, Mars-like world. If Earth never had a moon, days only 6 to 8 hours long. Hyperactive winds and storms from rapid spin. No stable tilt. Chaotic climate. Complex life may never have evolved. Humanity might not exist at all. Could humans survive if the moon suddenly vanished? Maybe. We're adaptable. Humans build underground cities, artificial tidal systems, new technologies to navigate the darkness. But the world would be unrecognizable. Our culture, our history, our very survival would depend on harnessing the power of the sun. No moon to guide us, no tides to steady us, just the sun and the silent stars. So far, we've only considered what would happen if the moon simply vanished. But what if it exploded? A massive burst of light and energy rips through the night sky. People run to their windows, shielding their eyes. Some kneel down and pray. Others scream into the darkness. But there is no escaping what happens next. The explosion blasts Earth with intense radiation, killing off life in an instant. Forests catch fire. Cities crumble. All in a matter of days. The entire planet is a scorched wasteland. Even the sun pales in comparison to the moon's explosive power. If the moon were to explode, not even life on Earth could survive. But let's take a step back from total annihilation. What if the moon just slowed down? Without the moon, Earth's rotation would be a little different. It spins faster, completing a full rotation every 7 hours instead of 24. A day would be twice as long, stretching out people's bodies and minds. Sleep cycles would be thrown off. Hormones would be out of sync, and the constant daylight would burn people's eyes. But it gets worse. Every extra hour of sunlight also supercharges the atmosphere, trapping too much heat. The surface of Earth grows too hot to support life as we know it. Now, add a few hours of darkness at the end of the day. Humans could survive, but barely. We might huddle around glowing rocks for warmth, just like the cavemen of old. Days would be filled with the struggle to find food and water. And the night would bring terrifying predators who evolved to hunt in the dark. Without the moon, humanity would evolve into something else or die trying. But how would the world react if the moon changed shape? Imagine looking up to see the moon not as a circle, but as a jagged, uneven shard in the sky. That's what a supermassive black hole would look like as it devoured the moon. The black hole's gravity would tear apart the lunar surface, stretching and warping it into a horrifying grin. The tide would stop coming in and out. The seasons would cease to exist. The Earth would be plunged into darkness. No more moon to reflect the sun's light. No more moon to guide the stars. No more moon to stabilize the climate. Without the moon, Earth would become a frozen wasteland fit only for iceworms and black holes. So, look up tonight and be grateful. Be grateful for the moon, our silent neighbor, because without it, we wouldn't be here.